So Gamewatchers Safaris is a tour operator based in Nairobi. We've been in business for almost 30 years, and we're a tour operator that's focused on sending clients to smaller camps and lodges in Kenya, but also throughout East and Southern Africa. And we also own and run our own group of tented camps called the Porini Camps. And Porini Camps, it's very much about protecting habitat and doing this in partnership with community.
A conservancy is an area that's been set aside for wildlife to conserve the habitat so the wild animals have an additional place to live beyond the national parks which are owned by the government.
Over 60% of Kenya's wildlife is outside the gazetted national parks and reserve. 60% is outside the parks. So what he realized is that if we want to secure the wildlife and see it for the future, we have to engage with the communities in a meaningful way. We have to partner with them and be able to increase the protected habitat, and also engaging with communities and peoples and culture. And this is something that we offer to our guests. They get a very high quality and authentic experience when they're with us.
Well, I came to Kenya in 2008, and suddenly I found out about Gamewatchers and the fact that they do eco-tourism. I was very interested in that. I'm a strong supporter of the concept of eco-tourism, and it seemed like the perfect marriage between me and Gamewatchers, and so it turned out. We came on holiday here in 2016, and we loved it so much that here we are again in 2018. Anybody out there, save your pennies, save your pounds, save your dollars, and come to Kenya. It's really great. It's a wonderful holiday, and I can't say any more than that.
There are so many benefits, so many, from wildlife benefiting from the piece of land that we have set aside, from the tour operators also benefiting from the same, and mostly local people are benefiting.
Inatusaidia sana juu watoto wanapata basari ya shule, tunafaidika nayo sana. Tumefaidika nayo kwa conservancy kabisa.
When we started, the concept was to benefit the community, and through Gamewatchers, which is the employer, we have quite some section. We have the rangers, which are employed. They look after the whole conservancy to see that livestock don't come to the conservancy, and also see that wildlife stay freely in the conservancy. You see there's a lot of security in the conservancy. Then we have the staffs here at Porini. Also, they are also from the same community. They all earn a living through this company.
And what we find is, as a tour operator, that a big part of the client's experience when they come on safari in Kenya is not just the wildlife. We find initially they're coming for the wildlife, but it's the Kenyan people, it's the different cultures, it's hearing the stories and the traditions and being able to engage in a meaningful way that really makes the difference for them on safari. And as a company and as Gamewatchers, this is something that we really value. It's something that we look for opportunities that we can create more authentic experiences for clients, and we believe it's something that helps set us apart as a tour operator. Our concept is we're trying to go back to the days of Teddy Roosevelt and Ernest Hemingway, when the real luxury was being completely under canvas in a real close to nature tented camp. And the luxury was sitting around the campfire with a few like-minded people and under the African stars. That was that is what we're trying to go back to. You know, what we feel is clients that, if, you know, in terms of getting a jacuzzi tub or chandeliers and fine wine, they can get that in their hometown of London, New York, Paris, Beijing, Mumbai, anywhere. But being able to see lions without other tourists around, being able to sit around under the stars in a small tented camp, that's what Porini is about. The clients get a great cultural experience also.
That's one of the reasons why we decided to stay here, because the money goes back to support the local communities. If you go into a lodge, into where the parks are, the money is going to the hotels and the industry. Here we're supporting the communities and we're helping them to thrive. So for generations that will continue on, it will help them with their land, their livestock, their upbringing, everything about them. It teaches them education about our world. I think it's a much better way to get to know everyone as opposed to being in a lodge with lots of tourists. Here it's more intimate. I think with us on our tour there's only 18 people. So it's so intimate. It's like a family as opposed to going with 30, 40 people on a tour. Here you're supporting each and every one of them and getting to know each and every one of them individually.
And we also have a very authentic village visit. This is a village which is an authentic village that's being lived in, but the clients pay nothing to go there. There's no selling of items, so it's quite different from a lot of the other village experiences that clients have. But what we've done is we've given the community a place in the camp where they set up a small shop. So they have their items there. Many are made by the women from the village. It has their name on it, it has the amount. And this way, without any pressure, the clients, they all love to go into the village shop, which is in the camp, and purchase things.
The experience was wonderful. We saw things we've never seen before, including going to a Maasai village and meeting with the chief and meeting with some of the family members and the kids. And of course the wildlife is wonderful. And I didn't know any Kenyans. They're really friendly people.
The community that lives around Selenkei has embraced this project because they are seeing direct benefit of this project. And number two, by these people coming from the local community and from the near surroundings, you find that they have time to work and also still have an ear and a foot on the ground to take care of their cattle, take care of their manyatas, and also to participate in their cultural activities.
It's been a fantastic experience. Being able to stay on the conservancy and seeing the support of the local communities and seeing all the elephants, the herds, the wild animals, and the people here are fantastic and so welcoming. It's a place you don't want to leave. You just feel like home.
So basically at the end of every month, we pay the villagers for all the clients that we've taken there. And so this is a great way that the clients are able to engage with the community. They can understand their way of life. They can talk to the chief, to the women, to the people in there, and try and hear the stories. They're in fact told a lot of the stories and traditions, and so it's a great experience for our guests. So our Porini product is actually great for people of all ages. You know, so we don't take children under 8 because our camps are not fenced. We can get animals through the camps, but for people all the way from 80 up to even up to 90, you know, it's great for everyone. We have families that travel with us. We have a lot of multi-generational travel. We'll have grandparents coming with their grandchildren. So it's a great experience. And in fact, safari at Porini camps is a great educational experience at the same time.
My name is Robert Mohiban, and I'm 87 years old, and in less than a month I will be 88 years old. have never been to Africa, so I wanted to be here. The experience that I have got is an experience of a lifetime. I knew that I will have a great time, but I never knew that that would experience be so exciting, and really thankful for being here, and the people have been magnificent, and my experience has been better than I ever expected. The reason I wanted to come here, that I have always seen the animals in cages, and I really wanted to see them in their own inhabitant, in a happy situation. And I can't say anything more than saying it has been a spectacular what I have seen. I have seen all the animals that I thought I'd never see. I have seen it here, and many of them. So the only thing I can say, if you really want to see animals and enjoy life for experience of lifetime, come back.
But the main thing is, it's just been fabulous, a fabulous end to our trip.
Yeah.
We've been to other places and been to some of the other reserves, but we've come here and it's so personal. The Maasai are dressed in their traditional clothing and drive you around. It's just been absolutely marvellous, and then to the experience with the animals up close and personal. It's with the people and the animals, it's just fantastic.
And they're genuinely welcoming.
Conservancy actually is a milestone ahead in terms of wildlife conservation, in terms of environmental conservation, in terms of community benefit, and in terms of a tourist attraction. The Conservancy, being very important, has created space for wildlife. If it was not the Conservancy, wildlife could not be in this area. People could have live here, people could sell land, people could do whatever they want to do.
Conservancies give them an opportunity to conserve the wildlife, protect the habitat, and to create livelihoods and incomes for the owners.
So we believe you should come on holiday with Gamewatchers safaris and Porini camps, because we offer an authentic safari experience throughout Kenya and East Africa. But also, an extremely important reason is that our core ethos and mission as a company is using tourism as a way to protect habitat and partnering with communities as we do that.
It's a beautiful country. I think that people recognize that the wildlife is a natural resource that can also generate an income for people. So by harnessing that natural resource, by conserving it, which is what is happening in our national parks and in our conservancies, it's creating the opportunity for people to have an income, to have livelihoods. I believe that this country has a great future.